The Podcasting Dead is available on iTunes, Spotify, YouTube, and SoundCloud. Make sure to subscribe for more podcasts. And while you're at it, drop us a like. If you want to help support the channel and have access to extra content, secret contest, and more, make sure to search for us on Patreon. Patreon.com/thepodcastingdead.
Oh, man, I almost started with my radio station ID. Do you ever do that on the podcast or when you answer a phone?
Sometimes.
Just launch into our automated, automatic response, blah, 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 blah.
I'd say yes, but I mean, being I'm on multiples, I just learned to shut it down because otherwise I'd be saying the wrong station on the wrong yada yada. But yeah, I've had times where I go to.
Yeah, it's weird, right? Well, today's mail call.
It is.
As we both know, excited to talk to, we know we're talking to Brianne. She always shows us a lot of love.
Yep.
No, we got a D on deck. D showing us a lot of love. And among others, man, we got some new patrons, which is exciting.
We got new patrons?
We got, what's his, I can't give a shout out because the app's not pulled up. But yeah, man.
Seth Scott?
Seth Scott, right. I thought it was Seth, but man.
Guys, you see who remembers your names.
Yeah, I don't even remember my mom's name. So I just call her Mom, and it's convenient. But yeah, man, it's cool. We got some merch coming out soon, and yeah, but right now,
which we've been saying for like 6 months, but we are at the mercy right now of the logo designers. It took them for a while, and
yeah, we might ought to put that on our Facebook page and just see what people think of it. I don't know. I
don't like it.
I do want it tweaked for sure.
Yeah, I don't like it. I think that they're just so excited for merch. They're going to be like, yeah, sure, give me some stuff. But it's not a good logo.
They definitely misunderstood what we told them. But
yep.
Anyway, man, you ready to jump in? I'm going to be doing the reading this week, which is I've had mushmouth, man. That little breakfast broadcast I did, I was like, oh, I'm so glad we have that recording app. Otherwise,
you were like, what?
Just like, it was just my mouth kept sticking together.
I had to edit those breaks, and I didn't catch that at any one of them.
Well, that's because I redid a bunch of them.
Oh.
Yeah. But anyway, mushmouth aside, we're starting out with Alex Jimenez 6 days ago. Love the podcast, guys, and I'm looking forward to your Walking Dead reviews returning. If you could live in the Star Wars universe, what time period would it be? What would you do? Would you want to be a Jedi, Sith, Stormtrooper, Rebel, Bounty Hunter, Smuggler, or Farmer? And that's Star Wars.
I feel like being a farmer is safer.
Yeah, well, unless you're Luke's like foster parents, man. They got.
I'm sorry, I mean a peppermint, and I didn't know it was going to be so fucking loud. Yeah, a farmer would be the safest. If you're Luke fucking Skywalker, of course. I'm just talking about a no-name farmer off on some distant planet.
Yeah.
I'd rather be a Jedi. Who wouldn't?
God, farm, like whenever farmers pop up in a Star Wars, they seem to have a bad fit. Because Rogue One, wasn't that chick that became the spy for the rebellion? I know her father was the architect of the Death Star, but weren't they trying to pose as farmers or something?
Yeah, I guess. But again, another situation where you got someone trying to pose. If I could just be an actual farmer and not secretly be a Skywalker or be, designer of the Death Star, I think I'd be okay. But again, I'm going to pick Jedi because it's cooler.
Yeah, just if you're trying to lay low in the Star Wars universe, be like a barista or something. Farmers don't seem to have very much luck. But, man, I definitely wouldn't want to be a Stormtrooper or a Sith. A Rebel, just after watching The Mandalorian, Bounty Hunter seems kind of cool.
Siths have all the fun.
Siths do have all the fun.
Until they get killed, but
Yeah, they do have a high mortality rate, that's for sure. And Smuggler, man, I'd be too worried about, the Empire. They ain't playing around. I think I'll go with Bounty Hunter. I'd be kind of like a Lorenzo.
Was that an option?
Renegade kind. Yeah, Bounty Hunter's on.
I didn't even hear that. Okay, well. God damn it. I'd rather be a bounty hunter. I didn't hear that.
Yeah, which Jedi is cool too. You just
not really. They're all dead.
Well, they are,
except for one.
But as far as time period, man, I'm not as well versed in the Star Wars chronology. I know that you've got the High Republic, the Old Republic, stuff like that. I don't know. I definitely wouldn't want to be in the prequel time period just because those movies sucked. But in my opinion, anyway.
I got a friend that's interesting who had never watched Star Wars in his entire life, and he just started watching the entire thing. Mm-hmm. And he watched every one except for the one in theaters now. And he said that he actually doesn't see why the prequels get all the hate that they do. He thinks they're pretty good.
I mean, I think there was some good potential in there, but I can't support that statement. I don't know how you feel about the Star Wars,
You do, because we've discussed it quite a bit. But anyways,
no.
I still have a question on Revenge of the Sith. When they're going over the lava, is that supposed to be they're controlling the metal that they're floating on, like with the Force?
I guess.
Because it's just floating over top of lava.
Yeah.
I never really paid attention to it because it's just a cool scene. And they're just floating, down the thing and they're fighting or whatever. But I'm like, what's keeping this floating? I mean, again, remember, before you destroy me in the comment section, I'm a little slower. So what is it that was keeping that floating? I mean, again, it's the prequels. And I've stated several times I wasn't that big a fan of the prequels. I did not like the first one. In all honesty, the first one obviously was probably my least favorite. I think the Attack of the Clones was probably, well, I don't know. I'd have to watch them back to back. The second and third one I didn't hate as bad, but so I didn't, I don't know. How were they floating?
Well, I know they were like droids, like tasked with like scooping up lava or something weird like that.
Right.
But I guess as far as like guiding them, I guess the Force would have like played.
That's what I'm wondering. Like, what was keeping them going, like where they needed to go? I mean, were they like forced? Because I never really gave it a second thought. Just thought it was like droids or something like that. But then when I was watching it the weekend before Christmas, I was watching it. It almost looked like they were glowing. Like, I don't know, like they had some kind of mystic power around them or something.
Yeah, I definitely think the Force played into them steering around and stuff like that.
But that could have easily just been crappy color on my television. I don't know.
Yeah,
that's just the only time I've taken notice of it. I was like, why does it look like there's an aura around these things?
Yeah. Yeah, man, I don't know much about the time. Like, I haven't read the novels or anything, but I think like the period before the prequels, like the Old Republic kind of timeline, that sounds cool. I mean, the Jedi halfway had the galaxy in order, and like I said, I haven't read those novels, but I do hear that the next movies will be set kind of in that period. So
that'd be cool.
Yeah. But yeah, Alex, we're far from Star Wars experts, but hopefully, we halfway gave you.
Yeah, I love Star Wars, but I'm not one of the like the people that are super versed in it and know all the ins and outs and all the lore. I mean, I've seen all the movies multiple times each, except for the new one. I've only seen that once, and very much enjoyed them. But past that,
Yeah, man, I hear that like a lot of the novels are really good, but now that Disney's acquired Star Wars, they're not even like considered canon, so I don't know. But anyway, moving on to Corey Andros. He, we didn't even realize the last mail call was number 69. We should add some groovy porno music.
Oh, I did. Yeah. I just was keeping that to myself.
Yeah, I didn't even realize. But Corey,
I was I knew where it would go.
Yeah. Let's see. Corey also says the Stone was fantastic. Morty being a boss, but the Dragon and Snake episodes were so good. The toilet episode, yes, plus the dating app. Yeah, all good stuff this season. I think we were both pretty satisfied with some Rick and Morty.
I was.
And hopefully we'll get some more before 2 years goes by or whatever. Kilmer and Seagal, The Impossible Choice.
Not for me, Kilmer.
Oh, yeah, I remember that conversation now.
Yep,
yeah.
Val Kilmer over Steven Seagal.
I wouldn't want to be either one, right? Like in the here and now, though, they both kind of let themselves go.
Val Kilmer's having like some health issues, and Steven Seagal is just fat and angry.
Yeah, unless Steven Seagal, I haven't seen him in many years. Maybe he's like got back into that I can't.
The ponytail always threw me off, man. I never liked Steven Seagal, to be completely honest with you. Not going to say there wasn't a movie out there I didn't enjoy, that I actually enjoyed, but I've never been a big Steven Seagal fan, to be completely honest.
It's hard to consider someone like a super badass when they have that ponytail flopping around. You make a solid point.
I was more of a Sylvester Stallone, Arnold Schwarzenegger kind of guy.
Yeah, man. I haven't seen as many of Sly's movies as Arnold, but still love him. I never saw that movie where he's like an arm wrestling champion or something. I never saw that one. I've seen the big ones, the Rockies and the Rambos and all that.
Cliffhanger?
Yeah, saw Cliffhanger. Liked Ace Ventura 2 more, but either way.
Ace Ventura too.
Well, just the very first scene, they're kind of, making fun of
cliffhanger,
yeah. But all right, and Corey wraps it up with, I love how mail call turned into random ramblings. This was always the plan, gents. Well, my plan anyway. So yeah, it sometimes it goes like that. But we love you, Corey. Long time love. All right, Brianne McCann, you ready for some rapid fire, Brianne, my friend? All right. Let's see. Would you rather have a good fight or water balloon fight? Have a good. I think maybe that's supposed to say, would you rather have a food fight or water balloon fight?
Food fight, because I can eat afterwards.
Yeah, that's true. I don't know, man. I think I'd rather go with the water balloons. Just because I don't know, man. Just food on my face, it makes me nervous. I don't know. But she goes on to say, which would you rather control, fire or water?
Fire.
So you'd be the not the Power Ranger, Captain Planet, the Planeteers, the ginger kid with the fire ring.
Was that who it was? I watched Captain Planet, man, but to be honest, when I look back on my childhood, it's like one of my least favorite.
You weren't big on Captain Planet?
No, not really. I kind of thought it was stupid.
Planet. It wasn't the best thought out cartoon, but it did have some some good messages.
So I guess I'm the ginger kid who controlled water.
I can't remember, man. I can't remember who controlled water. But I think I'd like to control water. Just I don't know, it'd be fun. I guess I don't know. Be like I wonder if that means I can breathe underwater. I don't guess that counts though.
No, because they couldn't breathe underwater.
I just have like aqua kinesis or whatever you call it, like Aquaman's girlfriend. Yeah. Anyway, yeah.
If I could breathe underwater, then I would completely switch it and say I'd rather control water, because being that I'm terrified of drowning, I'd much rather have the ability to breathe underwater. Man, you could have been like a hero to the Australians, went down there and just, snuffed out the whole blazing inferno. Of course, I would pick what was killing the Australian continent, so I'm sorry. Yeah, but I guess that fire's out now, right? They're like on the mend, bouncing back. I heard just had a plane crash recently. It was a American plane that was used for fighting the fires. I think 3 people died, so they're investigating that now. Yeah, man, I heard on talk radio like the week or two ago, man, they said like the ground was just littered with like, dead koalas and kangaroos and animals just, it's horribly charred. Ugh. But anyway. Definitely, I don't know, man. What can you say about that? Like, I want to sound all philosophical and shit, but heart goes out to Australia. That's some horrible shit, man. Yeah. Horrible. Yeah. When our buddy Zekai is from Australia. Yeah, we hadn't heard from him in a while. So Zekai, if you're, listening, let us know you're okay. Like, give us a situation report, man. Oh, Lord. Would you rather be able to teleport anywhere or able to read minds? Teleport anywhere. Yeah, no, like we were talking, what was it, last week or the week before? Reading minds would just, I'm afraid of what I'd hear. Yeah. Yeah, just, I don't know. And Brianne wants to know if I would rather be balding but fit or overweight with a head full of hair. I'm actually overweight and balding right now, so I still think I'd rather have the head full of hair, though, and be overweight. Just, man, being bald sucks. You don't even know. You get sunburn on your scalp one time, dude, and it's no good. Every time like you chew or talk, you feel the muscles up here moving, and it's just agonizing. It's no fun. Being bald sucks. Anyway, wouldn't know. Yeah, lucky you. Would you rather have a completely automated home or a self-driving car? Self-driving car, being I have to drive about 45 minutes to work. I could actually sleep on the way up here. It would definitely be beneficial to you. My pal Slim fella on Periscope, he periscoped from while in a self-driving car one time, man. It was wild. Wasn't somebody recently like videoing themselves, like some influencer, and self-driving car, and it wrecked? Am I just making that up? I mean, I hadn't heard that, but it definitely sounds like those self-driving cars scare me, man. I feel like I saw that not too long ago. They really, and it's going to be the end of like eventually the end of the trucker, I mean, once they can automate, like big rig trucks, that'll be it for the truckers. There's a lot of truckers out there. which sucks because one of my best friends is a trucker.
Yeah, man. That was always a childhood dream of mine, but then I was like, I would probably suck at that job, so.
Yeah, you don't have the attention span to be a truck driver.
And plus, I could never, I'm not mechanically inclined. Like, a trucker needs to be able to, see. I mean, I'm great at driving, man. I mean, I've, made solo trips, like 12-hour drives, just solo. I love driving, but anyway. But yeah, I will take the automated home, I guess, even though that scares me too, because AI will end up, trying to murder you. I don't know.
Well, as much as you masturbate and do terrible things, do you really want a house that's possible of you recording and using that against you?
Yeah, exactly. Alexa would be recording me every time I, churned one out. So yeah, I don't really want either one, Brianne. I'm not going to lie to you. Would you rather have a flying car or a car that can drive underwater? That's interesting. I guess I'd rather have the flying car, man. I don't know about you.
I don't know. Probably flying because I don't like being underwater.
Yeah, and how many instances do you really need to go underwater,
Yeah. I mean, I'm going to pick flying on this one.
Yeah, I'll take flying and play. I feel like if everybody starts driving underwater, we're going to just really destroy the whole underwater habitat.
Oh, yeah.
Doesn't seem like a good thing. Have you ever seen like those, what was that old show where they'd have like weird cars and one of them was like a amphibious car that just, like never took off, but it was like a thing that existed. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Seems like some weird kind of Volkswagen or something. All right. Would you rather only have to eat spicy food for the rest of your life or bland food? No salt, sauces, etc.
Spicy.
Yeah, with my heartburn, I got to go with bland.
I love spicy. We had Olive Garden yesterday, and there was some kind of spicy shrimp scampi they have, and everybody here mostly thought it was ridiculously too hot. And I mean, I don't have I eat like the fire sauce at Taco Bell. So I mean, like, I'm not at all one of these macho men going, oh, I can eat super spicy stuff. No, I mean, I just like spicy stuff, but I didn't think they were too spicy. I thought they were good. They had like a nice habanero aftertaste, but I would definitely take spicy.
Yeah, man, I would. I missed that Angry Alfredo. You remember that?
Oh, yeah.
God, that stuff was good.
Oh, yeah. That was one of my favorite things Olive Garden ever put out.
Yeah, man, it just disappeared.
It did.
Yeah. Would you rather be awesome at riding horses or riding dirt bikes?
Dirt bikes, because I can go faster.
Yeah, I've always been afraid of like two-wheel vehicles, so I'll go with horses.
Oh, man, I grew up on dirt bikes and four-wheelers. I love them.
Yeah, now four-wheelers I like. But
dirt bikes are fun. Actually, funner in most instances. You can get in and out and through places that you can't with a four-wheeler.
Yeah, I don't know. I've never.
Don't trust your balance?
I guess, man. I'm not crazy. Even like bicycles, I've never been like a big bicycle guy, which I would like to ride some of the parks around here, or the park, rather. But anyway. Would you rather be buried or cremated? If you picked cremated, where do you want your ashes to be spread out?
Cremated and flush them down the toilet.
Right. I've always said I want my body just donated to science. I mean, I guess I'd rather be cremated just because it seems more practical. And as far as where to spread them,
I'd take mine to ocean lakes. I mean, if you listen to this podcast or you've listened for a long time, you know it's my favorite place on earth. So, I mean, I don't want to inconvenience anyone after my death, which is why I just say cremate me and flush them down the toilet. Make it easy on yourself. But if you're going to do that, then take them to ocean lakes and throw them off the back of a golf cart, even though I'm pretty sure that's illegal. Like, against their park rules anyway.
Yeah, no scattering human remains at ocean lakes.
Yeah.
But
though I'm sure you probably don't even actually get my remains. It's probably just soot that's settled in the bottom of the burner.
Well, but... Yeah, Brianne, I hate to go different on you, but yeah, I just want to be donated to science. Maybe they'll like turn me into the Universal Soldier like Jean-Claude Van Damme.
One could hope.
Yeah, even though I'd be a pretty useless, because I'm not a soldier of any kind, so it'd pretty much be useless. Maybe they could test it on me just to see if it works, and then go find a dead mercenary or something and revive him, and I could just chill and pretty much do what I do now.
The sacrifice of your body would be appreciated.
Yeah. Well, Brianne, that's it from you. Thank you for the questions, as always. Thank you. D, 3 days ago. Sorry I can't get the video part. That's okay. She talking about the...
yeah, she got it eventually.
Okay, yeah. The Patreon was resolved. There is a video up from last week. Any Broadway plays you have been to, like, hate, or why? You ever been to a Broadway play? I've never been to one.
Nope. I'd like to see the Book of Mormon.
Yeah, oh yeah, dude. Yeah, that looks really good.
I love Trey Parker and Matt Stone. It looks really good. It's got really good reviews.
Yeah, they say Hamilton is really good.
Yeah, our pal Matt loves that one.
Yeah,
I've heard him talk about it a lot.
I was in Hello Dolly in high school, just like an extra. I always thought that'd be cool to like see on the stage, just because I was in it. I like the movie's really good. It's got Walter Matthau and Barbara Streisand. So,
what was your role in the play as an extra?
I played a waiter. I played just like a random townsperson. Just whenever there was a song and dance number, I was just one of the people having to dance around. So.
And you danced?
Well, I mean, it was like, yeah.
Could you show me some of your moves real quick? Come on, man. We both grew up in the glory days of radio. Even though they can't see it, hearing me react to it is fun for the listener. So
if you had some, I mean, it was basically just like marching around with like your arms swinging back and forth. Like,
all right, hey, get up and show me. Come on.
I thought of also understand.
I want to see it.
And dude, we had to learn how to do what's that? It's like an old timey dance you do with another person.
Like Charles? No, not the Charles.
It's not the Charles. I don't know if it was the waltz, but I could not get it down. I mean, I've got no rhythm, and it was just like they basically altered my part to just be this buffoon who couldn't dance because I literally couldn't dance. And
dude, I'd been right there with you.
Yeah,
they probably would have just kicked me out of the play because I couldn't. Go out the room and come marching in the way you did, the way you were saying you had to. Come on, for the listeners.
All right.
Singing and dancing. Come on now.
And there's actually you've seen that video on my Facebook of me doing a number from Hello Dolly, but it's...
No, out of my sight. Out of my sight.
Okay. Yeah.
Out of my sight. Like, just come into frame.
Stage left.
Yep.
It takes a woman all powdered in pink to joyously drain out the vein in the sink. And it was just a lot of dancing and moving your arms like this and doing this and walking upstairs and then going down the stairs.
What you lack in ability to dance, you more than make up for in spirit.
Yeah, but no, our pal Matt Crowder was actually the male lead in that play. He wasn't Dolly, of course, but he was Horace Vandegelder.
Did he have to sing?
Yeah, oh yeah, dude. He sang.
How'd he do?
Acted really good, man. Really good. He was Horace Vandegelder is just like this misogynistic guy who's looking for a wife to basically do all the household chores and and all that stuff. And no, like my like backstage, every time when Matt would have to put on a certain costume, I'd have to help take his shoes on and off because he couldn't do it on his own.
Hopefully there wasn't bad foot odor there.
Nah, man, it was as pleasant an experience as you can get when you're helping another fella undress.
Well, some might argue with that, but I will say Matt Crowder started off as a young misogynistic. Was he rich? I've never seen Hello Dolly.
Yeah. He was like this rich guy, and Dolly in the play is a matchmaker. So he hires Dolly to find him a wife, and of course...
He falls for Dolly.
Yeah, they fall in love, which Dolly's trying to get him from the get-go just because he's rich and she doesn't want to be an old spinster and all this stuff. I'm pretty sure that's how it went. It's been a long time since I've seen it, but... So
Matt went from being an eclectic, rich... misogynist, and now he's a singing cowboy.
Yeah, man, it was a crazy transformation, and yeah, like Dolly kept setting up Horace Vandegelder with these real, just awful matches, just to put her in the, you know what I'm saying, just to set her up looking pretty. But
sounds like an 80s to early 90s rom-com.
Yeah, but nah, Matt was he was involved in drama like throughout high school. He had another part. Earthquake Magoon or something.
In the same play?
No, it was a different play. It was Lil Abner. He was like some big ruffian,
Well, he is Matt's a thick boy, man. I could definitely see him playing like somebody who'd be running with a rough crowd or roughing you up or bodyguard, something in that regard, like a big guy who could rough you up.
Yeah. So
even though if you get to know him, he's just this soft, gentle, big country singing teddy boy.
Oh yeah,
teddy bear,
beautiful,
teddy boy.
Soft hands too. I don't know if you ever shook.
I've never touched. Well, I've shaken his hands, but I don't think that I've ever paid that much attention to the texture of him.
He's got wonderful skin, man.
But
skin
I believe
it. Guy. I wish I could say the same.
And he's probably one of those guys, right, that doesn't put much effort into it. Like he probably doesn't put moisturizer and stuff on. Just wakes up and rolls out of bed with the most smooth-skinned, rootin' tootin'est cowboy out there.
Dude, my girlfriend got this like exfoliating machine you use in the shower, and it's like a oscillating bristle. It feels amazing.
What is it to just help clean your face?
Yeah, it just kind of gets your pores open and cleans them out.
Go ahead and answer for our listeners because they're gonna ask. What else have you guys used it for?
Man, I mean, I'm afraid to put it around any of my naughty bits. I don't know. It feels good on the face, but I just feel like my scrotum might get wrapped up in like the turning mechanism, and I don't like putting like battery operated stuff around my giblets.
How do you trim them? Do you use scissors?
I guess that wouldn't count the trimmer. But if you looked at me lately,
God, you got to be careful though, man. Sometimes your nutsack can kind of get sucked down between two of the things, and I've sustained a nip or two while manscaping down there. It don't feel good.
I never use the electric clippers on like I just use it on the bush. Like anything below that, I'm using an actual razor.
See, I can't, man. Me and straight razors don't get along that well.
Yeah, man. It is like.
So I try to like get as close to my boys as I can.
Yeah. But
sometimes I get a little too close and it gets sucked it. Oh God, it hurts, man. When it does too, it's just a quick little, and you're just like, ah.
Yeah, if I'm ever rich enough, man, I'm just gonna hire like just a junk barber, just a barber strictly for my genitals.
Without a doubt.
And that I think I'll be living a much better life. But anyway, D, hopefully we answered your Broadway question thoroughly and satisfactorily. D continues with Vikings. I can't get enough. You can probably pronounce these names better than I can. Lagatha.
Mm-hmm.
Ragnar and Rollo.
Rollo, yep, that's it. That's Ragnar's brother.
Mary Kill. I don't know. I've never watched the show, so I can't really comment.
F Mary Kill. Is that what she wants to play with those three?
Apparently so.
Two of them are dudes. So
all of them are dudes. Well, I said
I'm gonna F and marry Lagatha, and I guess I'm just gonna kill both of the dudes because right. I'm just not. Did that say it was for you? Was that a you question?
No, that was just a straight up mail call.
Yeah, no, I'm not quite as on that bisexual level as JP sometimes can be. I'm much more of just the women get me there. So I'm gonna kill both of them, and I'm gonna F and marry Lagatha because Lagatha's hot.
Yeah, that is a show I've been meaning for a long time to get around to watching.
I think you would like it.
Wait, what is it on? Hulu? Is that a Hulu?
No, it comes on. Well,
I know it's
I know you can watch it. Yeah, maybe it's Hulu. I watched it on like Prime or something, but it comes on the History Channel. But yeah, maybe it's Hulu. I'm not gonna lie. This season has been one of the most. It's the last season, and it's been one of the most boring seasons of the entire show.
That sucks, man.
It does. So
it won't go off on a high note.
I'm like, and it could. I mean, it's just a lot of setup, but I mean, it could pay off and end up being awesome. But I've absolutely loved the show up to this season.
Yeah. All right. D continues with mail call. Oh, did I miss? Oh, yeah. It's 5 p.m. If your day goes from 8 to 5, what is the first thing you do when you end your workday? When I finally get home, I don't know about you, but I indulge in something, whether it's a beer or a bowl or whatever.
Same.
Yeah, I mean, assuming that it's not a situation where I can't do that. But yeah, if I got the house to myself,
not every day, but some days when I can, I do.
Yeah.
A lot of times, first thing I do is sit down.
Yeah.
Just sit on my couch.
Yeah, man. I'm sure it's nice. You get to go home and see the little one and all this kind of stuff. And, I'm sure that's an enjoyable experience.
Oh, yeah.
So, yeah, man, you got your dog to greet you. That's probably a cool thing. You get in the door, first thing, you got a dog wagging the tail and all that stuff. It is,
except for when he starts knocking shit over and jumping up on you. It's like I treasure it, and I don't need a lecture on how, one day I know I'll miss it, but it don't mean it's not fucking annoying when he gets excited and knocks over a vase, and I've got to go get a broom and clean it up, you know?
Yeah, when they are so wound up, it can be a little...
I'm glad he's happy to see me. I just wish he would, go to the more open part of the room to freak the hell out.
Right. All right, another mail call from D. If you had to raise pigs or cows, which ones would you raise, and would you be able to slaughter them? I can't even believe I'm asking this, but I am. I know JP could not kill anything, so it's just a hypothetical.
I absolutely could kill something, and it would be cows because I love steak and beef. So I feel like pigs are probably a little bit easier. They're smaller, but and they eat everything. But I'm going to go with cows just because I love steak, and a cow's going to probably give you a lot more meat than like a single pig. So I feel like if I had to pick one, I'd pick cows.
Yeah.
Granted, I had what I needed to do all of this.
Yeah. I guess you need one of those like a cattle not a cattle. Remember the thing the villain in No Country for Old Men used, like the rod that would
bolts.
shoot out.
Yeah.
I guess that would be the best thing to have. God, it would suck to just have to slit their throats like in the old days.
I grew up around farms. I've seen it. It's not pretty, but it's life.
Yeah, I've seen my my uncle like wring a chicken's neck, but I've never had family with like livestock.
Oh yeah, I've seen them. Like a lot of times though, they slit the throat after they die. I mean, it's not as common. Even when I was growing up, a lot of times they'll just go out there with like a 22 or something and just shoot them in the head, and then slit the throat, hang them upside down, let the blood drain out, and then you do what you got to do. I wouldn't have any problem doing that because I grew up around stuff like that. I grew up deer hunting, so I mean, killing and processing animals is, not something you should abuse or get some kind of sick, twisted enjoyment out of, but it's the circle of life.
Yeah, my buddy Josiah is actually sitting in my backyard in the rain right now, waiting to kill a deer.
I'm jealous.
He didn't get one yesterday, but he's hoping today. I live in the city, and they give you a certain amount of time to actually like hunt with a bow in city limits. So we'll see if he gets one. I don't know. Mail call from D. Do you like hummus or pub cheese, and what would you dip it in if you did? I don't like hummus. I'm pub cheese. You know what you're talking about?
I was literally gonna say word for word what you just said. I don't like hummus, but what is pub cheese?
Yeah, I wonder if it's like queso.
I mean, if it's like queso or like cheese dip type stuff, then absolutely, I could eat that with a spoon.
Yeah, if it's queso, just some good old, like nachos, tortilla chips, or whatever.
No doubt.
Yeah, D, fill us in on this pub cheese. We need to know. Mail call, D, favorite jazz singer being alive or dead, and have you seen them perform in their lifetime? A lot of people consider like Amy Winehouse to be more of a jazz singer.
Jazz soul, I could see.
Yeah, I was never super into Amy Winehouse, but she did have an amazing voice. I guess that's maybe like Ella Fitzgerald. I guess she fits in that category.
Yeah.
I like her. Would Louis Armstrong, would he be considered jazz?
I would think so.
Yeah. So, yeah, I'm not a big jazz guy, so I don't really.
I'm not either.
A lot. Like, I enjoy it when I hear it, but it's not something you're going to find on my playlist. But maybe you'll get us diving into some jazz. I always thought it'd be cool to go to like a jazz bar, just dress up nice and have a martini and,
Smooth, daddy.
Yeah.
Daddy-o.
All right, another mail call from D. What color would you color your Viking ship? What would you use for your sigil and why?
I'd like to color it. I don't know. That's just not something I've ever thought of. I guess I would color it the color of the ocean, so then that way it takes you longer to see me as I
perfect
creep
camouflage.
up on your ass and take your shit.
Yeah, I would just keep I like the natural wood look, I'd give it a nice clear coat finish, which I'm sure they didn't have in Viking times. But
black would be probably pretty intimidating too, like kind of how Black Dwight painted Michael's office when he thought he was going to be manager, just like not even black, just like the absence of light black, just so dark. Yeah, I imagine that'd be pretty intimidating to see out on the ocean.
Yeah, but I'm kind of like you, though. At the end of the day, like, a camouflageable color would probably be the best, because a loud color, I guess, would make you a better target. I know the Vikings didn't have cannons on their ships, but
you'd be like, from a distance, hey, y'all, we gonna take over your ship.
Yeah.
3 miles out, Vikings. They have plenty of time. I'd much rather it just be like paint my ship like ocean blue or just something to where it gets to the point where it's like, oh shit, it's Vikings, and they're like we're like right up on them,
Yeah. And as far as a sigil, man, you got I know a lot of people like look up historically and find their like family seal or whatever. You ever done that?
No, because I'm afraid mine's probably some stupid shit.
Yeah,
it'd be like other people have these badass like skulls or lions with swords and whatever, and mine would be something stupid like a fucking flower. So I had never looked it up.
Yeah, I like a long time ago. It might have been an exercise for like a class or something, but mine was like a temple that was aflame. It was on fire because I'd come up with some kind of stupid credo. I can't even remember what it is, but
Let me look up my sigil. Let me see. Which, I mean, I don't know. Like, how do I even know if that's my family sigil, you know?
yeah, a lot of times I think they just randomly match stuff with names, you know. I don't know how you
Let's see what we have on this one, though. I would love to sit down with someone that actually has a better imagination than me and come up with a cool sigil for my family. How do you spell sigil?
She spells it Siegel. Not sure if that's correct or not, but I have no idea personally.
What is this? It's... I don't know what this is, but it's some stupid shit.
Oh, yeah.
It's like a fucking knight with a tree growing out of his head. Like, what the fuck is this shit? And then there's like a fucking blue pig wolf thing in the... I told you it'd be some stupid shit. That's why I didn't look it up. Let me go back and make sure I'm looking at the right one. But yeah,
that was with a tree growing out of his head.
I shit you not. Let's see. There's another one. Oh my fucking god! It's another knight with another fucking tree growing out of his. Look. So that's the new. I found a different one.
Right.
So somehow there's a fucking plant growing out of my head. And now look at the original one. Here was what the other one was.
Yeah.
Hold on. I gotta pull it. Zoom in, bastard. I'm having some trouble with my phone here, which is very uncommon with... Okay, well, here's one that's the same, but instead of a tree, it's a knight with a lion standing on top of his head. So, yeah, just some stupid shit.
At some point, there's going to be something mounted on your head.
No doubt.
But, yeah, I know I've looked mine up, and I think I was equally disappointed. But yeah, mine was a flaming temple. I was in one of my weird depressed like funks, and I was just like, you know, all I do is work this job I hate to buy stuff I don't need, you know, very Fight Club kind of mentality. And I think like my credo was like, smash your idols, burn the temple, sacrifice yourself. Just as far as, you know, just get rid of all the shit you don't need, this house you don't even like living in, and just the person you are now, just do away with it and, you know, rise from the ashes. Something very, very like mid-20-ish kind of thinking, you know what I mean?
Yep.
But yeah.
Very, very deep.
Yeah, well, like I said, it was, you know, they were strange times. All right, well, that is it. Oh, no, one more from D. I'm sorry, D. 3 days ago. Mail call. You have to choose one thing to drink for the rest of your life, either soda, beer, or wine. What do you choose?
I mean, I'd rather choose water if I could, if that's the only thing I'll ever drink for the rest of my life, I'm pretty sure. But if I can only choose from those three, I don't know. I mean, part of me wants to say beer because we don't like to get a good buzz on and nice. But I mean, beer is also one of those things I like because I don't have it all the time.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, it's nice because like on a Friday, I go home and crack open a beer. I haven't had one the last couple of nights. But I feel like I'm just going to go with comfort on that one, and I'm going to probably say Dr. Pepper.
Yeah, assuming that we can still drink like water and milk and stuff.
Oh, if we can still drink water, then I'm going with beer. I thought that was saying that was the only thing we'd ever drink again. Yeah,
that's God. I wonder if that means we can't even like brush our teeth with anything but like beer. Because I would. I need to cut soda out of my life anyway, and wine. I'm like you. I'm not a big wine fella, so I guess I'd go with beer. But anyway, D, always good questions. Always good to hear from you. And we're moving on to Young Jim Q&A. Do you think Evil Morty will make an appearance? And if so, should he fight C-137 Rick in a final showdown?
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, that's what we've been waiting for, right?
Yeah, he usually shows up like once per season.
Yeah.
So we've yet to see him this season.
Yep, man. Has there been any word on like the date the next episode is going to come out?
I haven't seen anything, but
yeah,
it's been a few days since I've looked. So
yeah, well, hopefully we see Evil Morty, and hopefully all our questions will be answered. All right, Suzanne Denmark, what was your favorite season from Walking Dead?
For me, probably surprisingly, I don't know. Like, I want to say season 2, but I also want to say I really think the high. I'm probably going to say season 3. I just feel like that's when it was in its heyday. Like I would have risked getting a speeding ticket to not miss a Walking Dead episode then. Like that was just when it was just at its highest for me. I mean, every episode was just, I was sucked in. So season 2 is usually surprisingly one of my favorites. But I think if I have to pick like just one, maybe I can only watch one season of The Walking Dead, it would probably be 3.
Yeah, man, much like yourself, I'm in the minority of people who really, really liked season 2.
I'm still shocked that so many people hate it.
I know, dude.
I guess
it's
to each their own, but I loved it. It's just, that's the season where I realized that this show was actually going to be something.
Right. But yeah, man, just like my favorite episode ever was that, 22 Miles Out or something like that.
Where Rick and Shane take, I knew his name.
I can't think of his name.
But they take him out to execute him. And then,
and have that.
Well, they take him out to let him go. I'm sorry. But then they find out that he knows Maggie. And
right.
Then Shane's determined he's going to kill him. And yeah, that was a great one.
Yeah. So I guess being that like my favorite episode is in season 2, and much like yourself, I loved season 2. I guess I'll go with number 2.
Yeah, that's, like I said, that's always my favorite. But if I just think of the time where it just was the most exciting for me that it's ever been, I probably get to, season 3 is probably just the highlight of The Walking Dead.
It was really good because it was coming off the heels of a really solid season, and now there was more action and everything. So, yeah, it is a tough one. It's definitely season 3 was balls to the wall good as well. So, Suzanne, hopefully we'll have another good season coming up.
Hope so.
All right, Eternal Wreck, mail call. How do you feel about the new Batman movie? Well, I mean, we've got some details. We haven't seen any footage yet.
Yeah, I mean, I'm waiting. Like Robert Pattinson, I don't want to judge him too hard off of Twilight. I mean, he's had some other roles, and he's done a really good job in some of those. So I think he's a talented actor. So let's just hope that I think he can pull it off. Let's just hope the writing is there to support his acting skills.
Yeah, I honestly can't say I've ever seen like one of his movies, and I could be wrong, but I can't think of one off the top of my head. I never saw any of the Twilights. I don't know, but yeah, I think it's cool that it's set like in the early 90s or whatever. I like that. And yeah, I mean, I like you. I got high hopes, and hopefully they come through for us.
Yeah, I just hope that they can write a movie that works. Isn't it supposed to be set in the 90s?
Yeah.
What's up with everything going back in time, though?
Yeah, man, I don't know if it's just like a nostalgia train right now, or, I don't know. But it worked for the Joker, so hopefully it works equally well for the Batman.
One can only hope.
All right, what is your favorite war movie? Now, that's a tough one. That is a tough one.
Oh, and by the way, just because I'm stupid, the kid's name was Randall. I don't know why it was so hard for me to think of that.
Oh, the 22 Miles Out kid?
Yeah, it just came to me. I'm terrible with names.
Nah, dude, it's been so long since I've seen those early episodes, man. I couldn't tell you.
All the douchebags out there that are like, what are you doing Walking Dead podcast when you can't remember all the names? Or like, ha, 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 they forgot another name.
Well,
Eat dick. It's
we
the weekend.
got 'em. Yeah, it's a weekend, baby. The favorite war movie, man. I wish you can't. Like, I want to say The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly, but that's not really a war movie. I mean, Civil War was involved, but I mean, it's still just a straight up Western, so I can't really use that.
Rogue One.
Rogue One there. Yeah, I mean, that is a legit war movie.
Yeah, like that.
Really
that's. I mean, just like you said with season 2, when I hear people that say they really didn't like Rogue One, again, it's one of those to each their own, man. But I love Rogue One is one of my favorite Star Wars flicks ever. Like, more than just. I was surprised at how much I liked it. It's one of my favorite Star Wars films ever. I loved it. I've watched it probably more than I've watched any other Star Wars film. It was on Netflix. I don't know if it still is, but I watched it and I just loved it. But as far as if we're talking like war films, I mean, I loved Saving Private Ryan.
Oh, yeah, that's a really good one.
Band of Brothers.
Yeah, that's one HBO series I've never watched is Band of Brothers.
Tropic Thunder was another one.
Yeah. Oh, dude, how crazy is it after all these years now people are trying to give Robert Downey Jr. flack about the blackface
Oh, my God,
thing?
yeah. It's like, whatever,
When,
man.
I mean,
you all laughed at it back then. I mean, everyone did, and I'm not even going to get into that.
And I mean, the whole thing was he was mocking actors who would do stuff. Like, I mean, it wasn't like trying to do goofy racial humor. I mean, it was trying to make a point,
Oh, yeah, no. I mean, I don't know.
Yeah,
there's no right on that. If I come out and defend him, I'm wrong and I'm racist. If I come out for him, I'm a politically correct pansy. So I mean, it's really just you can't win on those. Nobody wins with these arguments. So I thought Tropic Thunder was hilarious.
Hot chocolate or coffee?
Coffee.
Yeah, you're definitely a coffee guy. I really don't care that much for either one, to be honest. Venom or Carnage? That's interesting.
I mean,
what's your favorite symbiote?
Venom. I mean, as far as a villain, I like Carnage better because he's just no holds bar psychopath.
Yeah.
But I mean, as far as who do I like better, I like Venom better.
Yeah, I mean, Venom's cool because he kind of toes the line, I mean, he started out as a villain and then he kind of got more control over the symbiote. I'm right there with Venom. And I guess like Eddie Brock Venom, because there's been a few of them. There was Mac Gargan, who was the Scorpion. He had the Venom symbiote for a while, and then
everybody. Venom's a fucking whore, man. Everybody's had Venom. Deadpool's had the Venom symbiote. Everybody. I mean, Venom's a fucking. He gets around.
Yeah,
or it gets around. I mean, I guess it's a boy. I don't know.
Yeah, it definitely seems to cling to dudes more so, but yeah, I'll go with Venom. Carnage is just Carnage is an awesome villain, but it's a little bit more of a one-dimensional character than Venom,
Yeah.
So, can you recommend me some good comics to check out? Oh boy, can we? What's the favorite thing on your pull right now?
Something's Killing the Children.
Yeah, which I haven't actually. I've got those, but I haven't read them yet.
Family Tree is really good.
Yeah, haven't read the newest one, but the first one was good. Anything Jeff Lemire, I think we can both agree.
Yeah, read anything with Jeff Lemire's name on it. Ascender is another one. Even if you didn't read Descender, you can read Ascender. That is really, really good. Ascender's great if you want like it's got everything. It's got a Star Wars sci-fi, yet it's got some element of magic to it, but it's also got with the magic comes like an element fantasy. So it's got a little bit of everything in there. It's action, really good character building, and it's got a little bit of everything. I mean, I'm not really a fantasy kind of guy. I mean, I like some fantasy stuff, but it's not my go-to genre. But I really, really have enjoyed Ascender by Jeff Lemire.
Yeah, and if you like that kind of vibe, Saga's another really good one. I'm not totally caught up on it, but it's another one. It's got sci-fi and magic elements, and it's very character-driven. I'm telling you, man, my favorite new comic right now is Money Shot. I know I've told you about it. It's like the aliens discover Earth, and they invite us to be part of like the intergalactic community, but then they find out that humanity is just this big shit show, and they shun us. And after that, people have no interest in going into space. And I think it's set in like 2030 or something. And like porn, just like everything's been done, there's nothing new to do. So this group of scientists use a pay for porn stream to finance their space exploration. So they're going around and like having sexual adventures with aliens, and it's actually really, really well written. It's not one of these it's not a porn comic, but it's a comic about porn, if that makes sense.
Does it show genitalia?
Not like straight up like dicks and like people getting pounded, but you see some nip and stuff. So it's a good one. It's a good one. I think it's only like 3 issues in, so definitely worth checking out.
So Money Shot, Ascender, Family Tree. What else am I reading right now? Something's Killing the Children is really good.
Yeah.
That's not by Jeff Lemire. I don't even know who that's by, but that's really, really good.
It's James Tynion IV. He's actually the guy writing the main Batman series.
Nice. That's right. You've told me that.
Which has gotten a lot.
I don't remember stuff.
If you're a Batman fan and you fell off the Tom King train, which is understandable. So everything was so damn drawn out. This new guy, James Tynion, is on Batman, and it's definitely worth a read.
It's just like back to the war of jokes and riddles. I mean, that was so drawn out.
Yeah,
it's like 8 issues for something that could have easily been told in like 2.
Yeah, and same thing with City of Bane, man. I mean, it's had a lot of high points, but at the end of the day, like freaking 12 issues or however long it was just crazy. So, yeah, the Batman is definitely worth picking up now, in my opinion. And as far as superhero stuff, like Thor is a good one. They just got a new writer. Immortal Hulk has been good. So there's some good Marvel stuff out there, too.
I think what else? Like, Well, I like even though it was released in digital, the current Jessica Jones little miniseries is only one issue in, but that was freaking awesome.
That was really good. And, obviously, if you haven't already, jump onto The Walking Dead. Get those trade paperbacks. Catch up.
Gideon Falls is another one.
Yeah,
I feel like the only reason I didn't bring that up at first is because I feel like we've already said that, maybe even gave that to you, so I don't want to keep giving you the same stuff over and over. I want to try to give you some new stuff to read. But Gideon Falls is good. Oblivion Song's not bad. It's Robert Kirkman who wrote The Walking Dead. It's not The Walking Dead quality, but at times, especially now, it's gotten really good. They finally have kind of shifted gears and went a whole different direction as far as what's going on. So Oblivion Song is good. Gideon Falls. I'm trying to think. I read way more Image stuff than that, and I can't think of any of it right now.
I'm telling you, another good one. It's only on issue 2, American Jesus. That's been good. I read the second one last night.
Mm-hmm.
That's
What's the other one I'm reading? It's not Image. As Stars.
Black Stars Above Us or something like that.
Yeah, something to that effect, man. That's really interesting too.
Mm-hmm.
It's not amazing yet, but it's definitely different and it's really cool. It's kind of set back in like the frontier age and fur traders and stuff like that, and it's got a cool flow to it. It's a little slow, but it definitely looks like it could. Red Mother is another really good one so far.
Yeah.
2 issues into that. Again, that's called Red Mother. It's like this chick loses her eye, but now she's starting to see into like this red dimension where there's like this red evil, I guess, mother, red demony thing. So it's kind of got a Gideon Falls vibe to it. Mm-hmm. But that's another good one. So hopefully we've given you something in there that you could go check out.
One more we got to mention, man. We can't mention Jeff Lemire without recommending Black Hammer. I mean,
I was thinking more current stuff, but yeah, definitely if you're willing to go back and buy trade paperbacks or back issues, man, Black Hammer's is so good.
It just wrapped up. They're still doing like little spin-off series, but
I can't believe it wrapped up. I wasn't expecting it. Kind of like The Walking Dead. Just got it and just thought it was a regular old issue, and then the end.
That's it.
But very good. It's really kind of in my mind, it's kind of one of the, I don't know, kind of like the ultimate comic in a way, or like it's just the way it pays homage to so many different things without ripping them off. Like, I mean, it doesn't feel like a story written by a guy that couldn't come up with anything, so he just ripped off other ideas. It feels like someone who, obviously he writes comics, so he's probably enjoyed them for a while, like someone kind of putting his own twist and all the same time paying homage on some classic superhero characters. So definitely check out Black Hammer.
Do it. And last from Eternal Rec, who would you like to see in the Rick movies, Alicia or Rosita?
Oh man, that's tough. I would have liked Alicia a season or 2 back. I don't know. That's.
Yeah, I mean, seeing as how he would have no idea who Alicia is.
Rosita probably would be the better choice.
Yeah, I guess Rosita,
You're hot, but I don't know you.
Yeah. So, yeah, but...
I like Alicia. Just last season or 2, she's kind of just... The whole show's just kind of been... so it's not necessarily just singling her out, but... Yeah, I'd probably say Rosita.
Yeah, same here, man. And
except for the fact now it kind of would be cool to see him deal with Alicia just because they don't know each other.
Yeah, that would be interesting.
You know what I'm saying? It'd be he doesn't know her, so we're seeing 2 new characters interact for the first time.
Yeah, just please give those. I mean, you've got good characters, good actors. Give them something good to work with.
Please.
Anyway, thank you, Eternal Rec. Moving on, last but not least, Corey Andros.
Hey, Corey.
Sup, bro hands. Hello, Corey.
I thought you were saying that to him at first. I was like, wow.
Yeah, that was...
JP's using new words.
Yeah, I don't use brohand very much. All right, did you guys see Venom with Tom Hardy? If so, what did you think? I saw it. I wasn't, blown away.
It took me a while, but I finally got around to seeing it, and I'm kind of the same as JP. I mean, I liked it. It was enjoyable, but it also wasn't...
Just kind of felt like more of the same.
Yeah, and then on top of that, at the time, knowing that it wasn't probably going to be connected to the main MCU, it's kind of like Venom without Spider-Man. It's just kind of like, would Doctor Doom without the Fantastic Four be a good comparison? Just kind of like, or the Galactus without the Fantastic Four.
Right.
You know, I mean, it was all right. Tom Hardy, I like Tom Hardy a lot as an actor. I think he's good in just about everything he does. But the movie itself was just kind of, I'll definitely watch the next one.
Yeah, and the Morbius trailer looks pretty good.
And that's kind of connecting to the...
Yeah.
But strangely enough, it's a picture of Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man.
Yeah, I was wondering about that. I thought it didn't look like Tom Holland's. But we did see the Vulture, so...
Yep.
It'll be tying in some capacity. We'll probably go see that and give you a little review when it comes out. Ooh, sorry about that gas coming up. Oh,
I didn't know which end that came out of until I saw you grab your chest.
Yep, coming out the mouth. All right, if you had a hall pass and you could bang anyone on the planet, who would it be? Man, that's a tough one.
Well, I'm all about consent, so granted that they want to bang me back.
Yeah.
Probably her name's Christina something, the mother in How I Met Your Mother. I don't know what it is about her.
Oh, I don't know that person, but
She was also on Black Mirror. If you ever watched the Star Trek episode, she's the main person.
Yeah.
Have you seen that yet?
No.
You need to, number one, you need to get on Black Mirror. I don't know why you haven't. You would absolutely love Black Mirror. I mean, there's no question in my mind that wouldn't be one of your favorite shows, but there's a Star Trek type episode that is essentially just Star Trek. You know, I mean, it's so cool. Yeah. But she's in that. I'll look up her name real quick.
Yeah, what I've seen of, like, I think I've watched most of the first season. What I've definitely liked of Black Hammer. But for me, man, just now that you got me thinking about Star Trek, I've been watching Voyager. You know, I've mentioned that, man. The chick that plays Seven of Nine, if I could get a piece of that in her prime, I would. And I can't think of the actress's name, but yeah, I'd probably.
Kristen Milioti. I don't know. She's just
Christian. I
mean, don't get me wrong. It's like I'm just naming. I mean, if I had time to really think, I'm sure I would come up with somebody different. Mm-hmm. But I mean, I just got done watching How I Met Your Mother again, so right now she's at the top of my list.
No, man, you cycle back through that one.
Mm-hmm. Ooh, it's depressing.
I was gonna say that.
It's depressing. I honestly, I love How I Met Your Mother so much. I hate the ending. I like the alternate ending better, but it's depressing mainly because at my age, you feel like Ted. You are watching a guy who now is, you know, older and has 2 almost grown kids, and he's reliving the glory days. And I mean, I know that, you know, the glory days are what you make of them, but like all my days like that are pretty much over, like bar hopping and the crazy nights where somebody did so-and-so. Mm-hmm. So, I mean, it's fun, but it's a little bit depressing to watch because you totally feel like, you know, it was funner to watch in my early 20s when I was at that point of, you know, still living life and going out and doing crazy shit like they were doing and relating to it. Now I relate to it on a more, you know, genuine level. So,
yeah. But yeah, man, that's a lot to that show was on for what, the better part of like
seasons.
9 seasons.
Yeah. It was a great show, man. I love it so much. Though I will tell, the battle of what's the better, Friends or How I Met Your Mother, to me, there's no questions. Like, absolutely How I Met Your Mother. Friends was great, but I mean, like, How I Met Your Mother hits you on I mean, gosh, dude, there's so many moments on How I Met Your Mother that just want to put you in tears. It's just such a heartfelt show, whereas Friends was fun, but it was just kind of a buddy sitcom. How I Met Your Mother definitely had more heart to it, I felt.
Yeah, man, I've never watched a full episode of Friends. I just never did much for
It's me. Okay. Really, though, you know, as a kid, I'd only watch it because it was on TV, because believe it or not, Friends actually was pretty much wrapping up by the time I was old enough to comprehend what was happening. Yeah. So really, Friends is a little bit before my generation, but, you know, I remember what I watched, I liked, but not, you know, I liked How I Met Your Mother a little bit better.
All right. Corey. Corey's got some Walking Dead questions. Do you think Beta will still be around in season 11 of The Walking Dead?
Yes.
Yeah, I do. Yeah, I think the Whisper War is definitely still going to be carried over into the next season in some capacity.
Yeah, if it's going to play out the way it does in the comic, he'll be around for a little bit longer.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking too. Is Eugene about to get that butt? If you're talking about Rosita, I don't think so, but maybe.
Oh, man, I just saw, I didn't mean to cut you off, but I saw this article.
I think I know what you're talking about.
Well, it wasn't an article. I'm sorry. It was a video. It was either by Movie Idol or George Drake. Those are the two that seem to be popping up in my YouTube, like suggestions lately. highly advised, go check out their channel for Walking Dead content. Those guys they put a lot of time into discussing the show. It's really good. But it was, and one of the two, man, I hate to give credit to the wrong one, so I'm just going to say it was either Movie Idol or George Drake, but was talking about how, like, the scene we get this season, like, kind of the preview of it looks like Eugene and Rosita are kissing. It looks like a goodbye kiss. It doesn't look like because Eugene looks sad in it.
Yeah.
You know, it almost looks like Rosita's been bit and she might be getting ready to go on a suicide mission, or maybe she's going to rescue the people in the cave and she doesn't think she's, just something to the effect of her going off and doing something knowing she's not coming back. Because it doesn't, and she looks kind of at peace, like she's finally giving Eugene that kiss he's always wanted, and then she's going to go off and die, whereas, he looks really sad. So, just a thought.
Yeah, I flipped through past some article that somebody attached to the show said that no, Eugene and Rosita aren't going to be together, but I don't know if there's any validity to that.
I mean, they definitely, though, I mean, it would be, some of the stuff they've done would kind of be stupid, though. Remember when she was on the radio and she asked if Eugene was there and what had he been doing? And I mean, we're definitely starting to see signs that Rosita's starting to miss Eugene. I mean, maybe it could just be in a friendship capacity, but that's kind of stupid because we already know she's got him in her friend zone. So the fact that she's asking about him more and curious about how he's, missing him, I think is kind of hinting that she's developing some feelings for him.
Could be.
Poor Eugene, man. If he gets with Rosita, you talking about climbing out the friend zone. This dude started under a pile of people and climbed up. The real VIP of The Walking Dead.
I mean, forget about sloppy seconds. He's getting like sloppy fourths.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Well, I know just in the show she was with Abraham when we met her, and then after Abraham, we know she was shacking up with Spencer for a while, and then she was, seeing Father Gabriel, and I think she had got knocked up by Sadiq before the Father Gabriel romance. And then Eugene. So, yeah, I mean, he started from under a pile of people and just climbed up to that number one spot and became victorious. I mean, granted, everybody Rosita's been with has died except for Father Gabriel. Then I don't really know if he so much climbed up or just, I guess we'll give him a patience award.
Yeah.
He just waited out, just was like, I don't have to impress her. I just got to outlive y'all.
God, it's a sound strategy,
If they get together, it worked.
Yeah, it'd be crazy if we found out that, he was responsible in one way or another for all those characters' deaths.
That would be so rad. What a plot twist. Do you think, how he would watch her and Abraham make Whoopi? Do you think, Father Gabriel's just going to sit in the corner with that one hazy eye and just watch him?
Maybe, man. I mean, Eugene might be have a real cuckold kind of thing going. He might be wanting to get those other guys to bang her just so he can watch.
He might be due to the fact that every time I got off in the last 4 years, it was because I was watching someone else have sex. Now that I am the one having sex, I need eyes upon me as I excrete I don't know, I went off the rails there. But anyways, he might need someone there to watch him in order to get it. I cannot finish my task unless I know I am being watched.
I feel like Eugene's got some kinks.
Sorry for that Eugene impression.
But anyway, Corey is rolling on to some UFO stuff. If you had a crazy extraterrestrial experience, either a close UFO encounter or an abduction or something, would you keep it to yourself or risk sounding like a loon and tell people? I
mean, if that's the case, how do you know I haven't and I'm not just keeping it to myself so that I don't sound crazy?
Well, I can say for certain I would definitely, we'd definitely podcast about it. If I got dropped back off by some aliens, it'd make for some good content. Mm-hmm. So, yeah, we can assure you, Corey, if we have an alien encounter, we'll tell share it with the listeners. Yes.
Yep.
All right. If they started to air live capital punishment executions on TV, would you watch?
I want to sound all noble and be like, absolutely not. But I mean, morbid curiosity sometimes gets the best of you. I don't think I would tune in and watch every single one, but I'm not going to say I might not watch one, at least one. I don't know. It's one of those things I don't know till it gets. I think I would try my damnedest not to, but I don't know. I mean, we all feel like we've all like seen horrific shit that people scoff at people watching on the internet, but behind the scenes we like look it up just because morbid curiosity gets the best of us.
Yeah, man, we're definitely like the most desensitized generation.
Yeah.
You know? Well, I guess maybe except for, I don't know, people like
Barbarians.
World War I generation. I guess
Probably
they saw
beyond
some
that.
crazy shit.
People back in the 1800s were probably ridiculously desensitized.
Yeah, but I don't know. Have you ever? I never checked it out. Have you ever watched any of those like videos of terrorists decapitating people and stuff? I know they're out there. I don't know where you go to. I guess it's dark web stuff, maybe.
No, there's some of them are just there. I will say this: I started one and only one, and I couldn't
go. Yeah.
And it's sadder too because you learn as they start, because I didn't watch the full decapitation. Like I didn't watch once it started, like I thought I could watch it, and I was like, hey, just because you want to kill somebody, like you're watching this shit, and you're watching someone sit there against their will, tied up. It's horrible. Like it was for me. It wasn't that it was gross. It's that just the emotion it invokes is hard to not just put a fist through your computer.
Yeah,
but
dude.
then I find out because I'm like, why are these people so docile? I mean, if I'm gonna die and you're gonna decapitate me, I'm gonna make you shoot me or something. Like I'm gonna headbutt and kick and scratch. If you do cut my head off, you're gonna be sitting there somebody's going to have to hold my head while you do it because I'm not going to make it easy for you. And I'm like, why are these people just sitting here? I mean, if they've been, are they drugged up? And it come to find out that apparently what makes it even sadder is that these people befriend these folks.
Yeah.
And they make them feel very comfortable. And then they say, look, we're going to film this video. It's fake. We're not really going to decapitate you. We're just trying to scare.
Yeah.
Blah, 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 blah. So just play along, just kind of stand there and then they actually decapitate them, and it's horrible.
Yeah, it's probably wasn't it Theon on Game of Thrones who basically had to hack dude's head off? Like it wasn't like one swoop.
Right,
it was off. He had to.
That's when he took Winterfell.
Yeah. I imagine it's probably a lot like that.
Well, a lot of times they do it with like combat knives, so they saw it off with a combat knife. It's not like a big machete or something. It's where they actually take probably like not even a 6-7 inch knife blade, if that, and hold their head and just start sawing. It's horrific. I mean, I couldn't get but like one or two things into it, and I was like, nope, can't do it. Cannot do it.
Yeah.
And it's not, I didn't even have to, the only reason I didn't go searching to watch it, it was actually tagged on like a Newsweek article or something. It was like, warning, graphic content, but to see the full uncensored video, click here after the article describing what happened. And, I was just stupid. I was like, huh. And I clicked on it. It didn't go very long.
Yeah, that's rough.
It's hard to watch.
All right. Well, changing gears from public executions. If you could only drink one brand of beer for the rest of your life, what would it be?
Brand of beer?
Yeah.
Whatever our local brewery here had that whiskey barrel beer. That would probably, because I love whiskey and I love beer, and the fact that this beer had like a whiskey aftertaste gives me like the best of both worlds.
Yeah, I'd probably go with the Dogfish Head, like their 90-minute IPA. I like that one.
Never had. Well, have I had Dogfish Head? Maybe.
I know you're not as big of an IPA guy.
No, I don't really like IPAs as much. They might grow on me at some point, but right now I like more like Kolsch's and Hefeweizers.
Definitely a little more tart with the IPAs. Most drunk you've ever been, man. I've had a lot of blackout nights. It's hard for me to say.
I have too. I can't really point to one that was worse than the. I guess maybe I can judge it by how much I've thrown up.
Yeah. There was one time, like I guess I was like 19. We were or 18. We were at my buddy Jonathan's lake house, man, and I think I probably killed like throughout the day a case of like Natural Light. And they said at one point I got up on the roof of my truck and was like acting out Tenacious D's Tribute. And then I just like, at the end, I just fell backwards into the bed of my truck. So that might be my drunkest moment.
I think my drunkest moment was probably in 2014. One of my good pals, Steve, was having a pool party. And so he had invited me by saying, "You trying to get a good day drunk going?" And I was like, "Yes, day drunks are some of the best drunks."
Yeah.
It was fun, man. Like I was fine. I was drinking beer and it was all good. Then my buddy shows up with this orange dreamsicle vodka concoction he made and gave me. I'm talking like the big gulp cup size. I drank that, and then I was drinking everything I could get my hands on. Oh God, like I don't remember anything. I know I threw up. I don't know, man. I'm going to say that's probably the drunkest in recent history that I can think of. I was a teenager. Plenty of times when I could be like, oh yeah, that was.
Yeah, there's definitely.
Because it was all new to me, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
but as far as like being an adult and knowing a little bit more, I feel like 2014 was probably the drunkest I've been in a very long time.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know. Last New Year's was pretty rough too.
Tide went on pretty good.
Yeah, it was passed the hell out. I wasn't. Yeah, because I threw up in the bathroom and I didn't even hit the toilet.
Yeah,
it was bad.
Most stoned you've ever been? That's another tough one.
Probably the time I told you about with me and my buddy when we were watching like the Heat Death of the Universe, that long video.
Right. Was that from edibles? I can't remember.
No, it was just a water bong.
Yeah.
Like that was probably the roughest just because it like hit me. I don't know what it was, man. Well, and again, I repeat, and remember, JP and I are a little bit older, so I mean, there's easily probably somewhere in my 20s or teens that I'm forgetting about. But I just remember that was like one of the only times I can remember not wanting to be anymore. Mm-hmm. Normally I'm just, even if it feels like it's getting rough, I just think, oh man, just lay back, relax, maybe take a little nap. When you wake up, you'd be great. This was one of those. I was like, I don't want to feel this way no more. Mm-hmm. Just hit me all at once.
Yeah, I think mine, and there's been a couple. There was one time we hotboxed a tent when we were camping on an island, like out on a lake, and I was really, really, really high. Like the island felt like there was volcanic activity, like it was spinning. But there also, I think we were drinking that night too, so that I won't really count that. But if you're familiar with dab rigs, you can see a lot of videos on YouTube. I've hit a dab rig once. It was like a couple Memorial Days ago. I don't know. It was a couple summers ago, and I hit it a good 2 or 3 times, and I was uncomfortably high. Like my motor functions were impaired, which generally doesn't happen to me. So yeah, the dab rig got me. Those things are deadly. So yeah, that would probably be it for me. Favorite superhero of all time?
I'll probably go with Spider-Man. I mean, if we're sticking like traditional superheroes, probably Spider-Man.
Yeah, man. I mean, growing up, Batman's really what got me into the whole thing with Batman, the animated series. So I'll stick with the childhood favorite of Batman. I know it's, a little cliche, but whatever. Any plans for the weekend?
I'm going to get up and go target shooting tomorrow. Mm-hmm. I've invited JP to come with me. Yeah. Whether or not he will remains to be unseen, but it's going to be nice and sunny this time.
It
and
is
not
going to be
rainy
a nice
and
day,
windy and cool. So, if there was ever going to be a morning to get up and come down and shoot with your old pal Justin, I think this would be the one.
Yeah, and that could definitely happen. I got a new 9mm I need to break in, so...
Yeah, so there's that. You could come shoot with me, but other than that, I think this is going to be a pretty chill weekend for me.
Yeah, that, like I said, that could be in my future, but I don't have any concrete plans, I'll just...
And if he doesn't, I'll be okay because I enjoy shooting alone as well, so...
Yeah,
I don't like going with big groups.
Yeah, that is one of those things that can be a little frustrating when you got like a bunch of people around.
Yeah. So tomorrow it's either going to be myself or it's going to be me and JP. Like I'm not taking anyone else. So we'll see. Maybe if JP comes down, we'll Periscope it.
Ooh, that'd be fun. And that's it from Corey. He says, thanks, boys, and have a good one. And,
you too, Corey.
You too, Corey. We love you. So that's it for the mail calling.
Man, that was a long-ass mail call. I'm not looking forward to putting this one on, just because it's going to take my movie maker like an hour to render this thing.
Yeah, but it will be up, and we thank y'all for, interacting with us. Always good to touch base.
Yep. Thank you so much. We love you. Don't forget to check out our Patreon. We've got Patreon exclusive podcasts twice a week, though. This week's second one, we haven't had a chance to put it up there yet, so hopefully we'll get that on there soon. But yeah, at least 2 extra podcasts a week. You get a chance to win cool stuff, especially once The Walking Dead comes back. So go check out that Patreon. For as little as $1 a month, you get about 8 extra podcasts a month. So why not, right?
Yeah, it's a good thing. And dare I say, some of our best podcasting is done on the Patreon.
Yeah, I'd say so. Especially if you liked Random Rambling Wednesdays. I mean, that's essentially what our Patreon casts are. So go check those out.
Yeah, give it a look-see.
The look-see.
And yeah, man, I guess that's it.
Yeah.
We're going to go.
We'll see nothing else on Monday for the Walking Dead podcast.
Yeah, man. Not sure what we'll talk about, but we'll find something. Yep. So.
You gonna take us out?
We got to leave.
You got to take us out, yeah.
Yeah, JP and Justin signing off. I'm JP.
I'm Justin.
And he's Justin, and we got to go.